Have you ever sat through a football game, everyone around you shouting, cheering, arguing like it's life or death, and you're just sitting there, feeling nothing? No excitement. No tension. No emotional pull. You understand the rules. You see the skill. But inside, it's flat. And at some point, a thought crosses your mind. Why does this matter so much to everyone else, but not to me? Am I missing something? Here's the truth most people never hear. You're not broken. You're not cold. And you're definitely not abnormal. Your brain is just wired differently. Today on Sensilo, we're diving into something deeper than sports: the psychology of people who don't watch football. Because once you understand why football works so powerfully on some minds, you'll finally understand why it doesn't work on yours. Section 1. Why football feels bigger than a game. Football isn't just a sport. Psychologically, it's a tribal ritual. When people watch football, their brains aren't processing strategy first. They're processing belonging. Neuroscience shows that football activates dopamine, reward, oxytocin, bonding, adrenaline, threat and excitement. Your team becomes your group. The opponent becomes the other. Winning feels like validation. Losing feels personal. But here's the key insight: not every brain is highly responsive to tribal stimulation. Section 2. The evolutionary pull of sport. From an evolutionary psychology perspective, sports simulate ancient survival dynamics. Group loyalty, competition, dominance, victory and defeat. For many people, football unconsciously answers a deep question. Where do I belong? Cheering for a team provides instant identity. I'm one of these people, I'm not one of those people. But if your sense of identity doesn't come from group alignment, football feels empty. You're not rejecting sports. Your brain simply doesn't outsource meaning to crowds. Section 3. Why some minds stay flat. People who don't watch football often have brains that prioritize internal stimulation over external excitement. They're more drawn to ideas, patterns, conversations, stories, inner meaning. Football is loud, repetitive, and externally driven. If your attention system is wired for depth rather than spectacle, it doesn't register as rewarding. That's not boredom. That's selective engagement. Section 4. Mirror neurons and emotional contagion. Another powerful factor is mirror neurons. These neurons help us emotionally sync with others. In football fans, mirror neurons fire intensely. The tension of the play, the joy of the goal, the anger of the referee's call. But for people who don't watch football, mirror neurons are often context-specific. You may emotionally sync during deep conversations, movies, music, psychological stories, but not during competitive spectacle. So when others scream at the screen, your nervous system stays calm. Not detached, just uninterested. Section 5. Football as a social passport. Here's where social psychology enters. Football functions as a social shortcut. It gives people conversation topics, group access, instant bonding. For many, not watching football feels socially risky. So they pretend. They nod. They fake interest. But psychologically, forcing interest creates inner resistance. Your mind knows when you're borrowing excitement instead of feeling it. And over time, that creates quiet exhaustion. Section 6. Why disinterest is misread. Society often confuses loud emotion with passion. So if you don't react strongly, people assume you're boring, you lack enthusiasm, you're disconnected. But psychology tells us something different. Low emotional display does not mean low emotional depth. People who don't care about football often care deeply about fewer things. Their energy is focused, not scattered. And when something truly matters, they feel it intensely. Just not publicly. Section 7. Human behavior beyond sports. Here's the deeper takeaway. Sports psychology isn't really about sports. It's about how humans attach meaning. Some people attach meaning to team symbols, shared rituals, others attach meaning to understanding, creation, personal growth. Neither is superior. They're different psychological strategies for navigating life. Section 8. Reframing the question. So instead of asking, "Why don't I like football?" a better question is, "What does my mind find meaningful instead?" Because attention always points toward value. And once you stop forcing yourself to care about what excites others, you free up energy for what excites you. The psychology of people who don't watch football isn't about rejection. It's about wiring. Your brain doesn't need tribal adrenaline to feel alive. It needs meaning. And understanding that removes the guilt, the confusion, and the pretending. You're not missing out. You're just tuned to a different signal. If this video finally explains something you've felt for years, then Sensilo is exactly where you belong. Here, we explore psychology, human behavior, and the quiet differences that shape how people experience the world. If you'd like more content like this, you're welcome to subscribe. No pressure. Just understanding. I'll see you in the next video.